Hi, I am Madeline James, and we are starting a very exciting vlog. I am so excited. I am about to finish my major rewrite. I have been working on this for 3.5 months. It's, I think, the fourth or fifth draft of my novel, and this is the most significant one to date. If you haven't seen those earlier vlogs, I spent a ton of time reworking through all the plot lines and the arcs and trying to get everything really tight since I've learned so much since I originally started planning this novel. Like, I knew nothing about structure beforehand, like nothing like concrete, no craft, And now I'm almost done. I have 3 chapters left. Only 3, and they are all mostly rewrite chapters, not write from scratch chapters. So I'm going to be taking the last 3 chapters, or I think it's 3 of the last 4 chapters from my previous draft, changing them so that they fit, with what I've done so far, but I'm almost done. I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited. And we're doing this tonight. We are finishing all 3 of them tonight. I don't think it's going to take that long, but I don't care how long it takes. We are staying up, and we are doing it. We are getting it done. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. There's a few other things I wanted to say real quick. Once I get done, I'm going to show you all sort of what my process has been. I'm looking at my tracking calendar thing there, but I'll show you. Sorry, I'm so excited. I'm mixing up my words. But I'll go through and show you sort of what my process has looked like for getting this rewrite down, and sort of reflect on how long it's taken me, what speed and what rate I can sort of expect myself to do a rewrite like this in the future. And then I'm going to talk about my next step a little bit, but mostly I'm just really pumped, and this is coming at the perfect time because I have an appointment with my neurologist tomorrow, and I'm very anxious about it, and I don't even care right now because I'm just so excited about finishing this draft. Oh my gosh. But I'm hoping, I don't know, I had some very inconclusive test results in the 4 MRIs I got recently, and so I really don't have any idea what the neurologist is going to say, and this is kind of the first time I've gone into this without sort of expecting what I think the next step should be. So that'll be interesting, and this is a really good distraction. And yeah, I'm gonna get my computer on. I have all my notes already out. There's only 3 more. Yep, okay. Let's get started before I just sit here and I don't know. Yep. Okay, chapter 53 is done. 2 more to go. One more chapter down. So that was chapter 54. Why is my... There we go. Just color coding it real quick. I'm changing the colors of the POV tag in Scrivener once I finish a chapter so I can tell. James, go to your room. It's bedtime. Go to your room. Okay. 1 more chapter. I forgot this last chapter is one that I'm changing the POV on. It used to be from Bryn's point of view, and I'm changing it to Andreas' point of view because it's kind of more significant for him. I'm done. I am finished. I'm finished. I'm pulling up, let's see. Let me see the final word count. Render the manuscript or whatever. 124,000 words. That is not bad. I am very happy with that. I freaking did it. It's over. This has taken 3.5 months, and oh my gosh, has it been a process and a learning experience and ripping apart your book that you've already revised 3 or 4 times is not, it's painful. It's very painful. I'm going to update my tracking stuff real quick. Yeah. Okay, so I have been doing kind of a new tracking method for this draft, which I did start filming sort of like a process video on how I was going to track it like this and, you know, the whole experimentation of that, but I need to finish filming that video. But to give you a little bit of a recap, so let me see, so going back to May to June here. Okay, so this calendar is where I put a star for every chapter that I rewrote, and then here I kind of kept track of when I did what and what chapters I was working on. So like this is telling me consistency and this is telling me progress. So like 2 kind of different metrics tracked in different ways. I got to give myself gold stars, which is always nice. I didn't fill this in super well, but May was basically when I was doing a lot of outlining, and I think in April I also did a lot of going back and looking at like what I needed to change, going back through my feedback, going through and mapping all of my scenes, which I vlogged all of that. But then May was mainly working on finishing up that outline, and I was doing a bunch of other stuff in here. It was a very busy month, but basically I started my rewrite on the 9th of June, which was when I went on a writing retreat, so I got a lot done. And then I honestly didn't get a lot done the rest of the month, which, I mean, you can sort of see I didn't write that much. I wrote all 3 of these days, but I didn't get much done, and I don't know. I think I was probably a little burnt out from this, and, you know, that's okay. And then, let's see. So July was probably the month that I wrote the most number of days. And let's see, I went from chapter 16 to chapter 27. So I got 15 chapters done the first month, which I wasn't even writing the whole month. And then this month I got 11 chapters done, which, like, given that I worked the whole month and, like, it was just very spread out. Like, I did a lot of little writing sessions, which is honestly probably the best for me. But that's what that looked like. And then for August, I was a little bit more grouped up. I started kind of not writing as much during the week. I was doing more on the weekends, a couple little spurts of big writing sessions. So like you can see I had a couple of really productive days. And I got, let's see, 7 to 42, like 15-ish chapters done in August. And then in September, I've really been killing it. It's only, again, half the month that I've gotten 12, I think, chapters done. Again, doing bigger spurts. So that's sort of what this rewrite looked like to me. It looks like getting 12 to 15 chapters done in a month is pretty realistic. And it looks like if I count this out, so I was also getting 12 to 15 writing days in on these months. So I was almost doing a chapter per writing day on average, and I was managing maybe 12 to 15 writing days a month, which is not bad. I will say I haven't been writing as much as I have in the past. I think part of that is just how draining this rewrite has been, and I've also been really obsessed with playing video games with my family, so yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a problem, but it's been fun. But yeah, I really like this this tracking process, and I think I'm definitely going to use it in the future. I want to streamline it a little bit. I don't really know how, but yeah. Yeah, I think... Okay, hold on. Let me move this camera. So I think I've learned a lot doing this rewrite, not even just like planning for this rewrite, which honestly I learned a lot / incorporated a lot of new stuff, which was good, but I realized how bad I was at outlining scenes. I kind of understood the concept of a scene and what should be in a scene, but I was turning scenes, or I was creating scenes into the setup of other scenes. So like all my scenes almost were like nested scenes. And it wasn't until I got, halfway through that I realized this, and I was like, this isn't working. What am I doing wrong? And I had to keep like kind of re-looking at what I had outlined and adjusting it. And I think that's part of why this ended up being slightly longer than I had plotted it out to be. All the chapters, my average of my chapter length is exactly what I was expecting from what they were before. So my chapter length is really consistent, and it's what I expected. And the book would have been, or this draft would have been the exact length I had planned for if I hadn't added so many extra scenes, because there's the kicker. I think I added 4 or 5 chapters, which if my chapters are like 2,300 words, like you're looking at close to 10,000 words. And I think I had aimed for this draft to be somewhere around 110 to slightly over 110,000 words. It ended up being 124,000 words. So, I went a little bit over, but mostly I just added some extra chapters because I had put too many scenes in a couple of the scenes themselves to fit into one chapter. So I don't know. I'm sure I'll find a few ways to kind of tighten it up a little bit more, because I do want to get under 120,000 words. That's what I plotted this out to be, and it really works. It forces me to not do a ton of plot lines that really don't need to be in there. Like, all the many plot lines I have, I can get it done in 120,000 words if I am concise and stick to the point and don't ramble. So it is good for me. But yeah, I don't even know what to say right now. This is probably going to be a really short vlog, but like, I am pumped. Like, I don't know. I'm just very happy. I'm excited to move forward. My next steps, I'm gonna maybe give myself a day to kind of sit, and then I want to go through and do a read through and kind of just do like editing as I go. So I'll switch to probably edits for my little stickers that I have. And I want to just do a quick pass, like spend a week maybe doing it. I want to be done this before the end of September. I just want to kind of go through and pick out any big issues that I missed kind of going through, because I know there's a few inconsistencies that I introduced. So like, I'm not line editing, I'm not copy editing, I'm literally just looking for like, oh, whoops, I know this thing happens later and I really need to bring it up here. Just the things that stick out as I'm reading through to fix. And then once that's done, I'm going to have this project printed for myself and for my husband to read through, because he's my alpha reader. And then also I'm going to do an exchange with some of my critique partners to have them go through this and give me some more feedback. And I'm really excited for that. And then October, I'm going to be prepping for my next project, which I've gotten a lot done, but now that I've learned so much more about plotting and how to plan scenes, I really want to go back through it again. I want to put everything in Campfire, and I'm going to do some videos on that. And then November, I'm going to dig into starting that first draft of my next book. Well, I let this sit for a little bit, let critique partners read it and give me feedback, and yeah, I'll probably dive back into another draft, another round of revisions in this project after November, and kind of try and go through the feedback I got and do a bit of like line editing before AMM next year, which AMM, Author Mentor Match, I have a video on that. I'm not going to talk about it now, but I'm going to submit again to that because my book has changed so drastically since then, like so drastically. So it fits the parameters for like resubmitting the same project. And then I'll probably do a little bit more like just some serious like line editing and stuff in the spring, and then querying. I'm so excited. I'm like probably very high energy, and you're like, who is this person that is in this video? Because it's not Maddie. I'm just really pumped, but I don't know. Share something down below if you're watching still that you've just been really excited about or really proud of yourself for, because let's lean into this. Let's spread the good energy. I want to hear all the amazing things you all have accomplished, because when you really think about it, it's hard to see it when we're in the, like, I don't know, in the weeds of it, but we accomplished some pretty amazing stuff as writers, and we need to be proud of ourselves and celebrate our accomplishments, and that's important. And yeah, so put something down below that you're really proud of, and, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.